What is your "I was into X before it was cool" thing? Swine flu. I got it in February 2008 and was the third reported case worldwide. Hulu in 2008. It used to be completely free, browser-based, with no ads. It was the only way for me to watch new episodes of Heroes every week. Home computing. I started in 1976. Don't want to brag, but I bought some N95 masks the second week of January. I had COVID-19 before the world went insane over it. Snowboarding. You couldn't even bring them to resorts. 1983. Had Tesla stock at $28. I got Instagram when it was a photography app back in 2011. Skateboards. 1964 or so. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender when it was running live as an adult and people gave me shit for watching a children's cartoon. I was chugging Pabst Blue Ribbons years before it became the go-to hipster brew. The How to Train Your Dragon books. Unfortunately, they're still not cool yet. Drinking Baileys from a shoe. I saw Tegan and Sarah when they were an opening act that they didn't even bother to turn down the lights for. Now it's like $60 for a ticket to their shows. I probably had one of the first top 10 channels back in 2011 where I would post top 10 video stuff about games. I gave up cause it was too much. Bitcoin. Altcoins didn't exist when I got started with it. Mandatory disclaimer. No, I'm not a millionaire now. I read The Hunger Games before it was popular. I read Fight Club because it was featured prominently in Borders. At the time, no one had heard of it or its amazing author. Reddit. This account is rather recent, but I discovered the platform in its infancy. It had less stuff back then, but the discussions were better. And then, mainstream caught up. I was sleeping with my ex long before everyone started doing it. I've followed the Joe Exotic saga for years. I'm one of, like, 20 libertarians in the state. So you're a 22-year-old virgin? Motherfucker, I was born a virgin. Xbox Live. I was in the beta. It came on a CD that you had to install on your OG Xbox. Halo CE on XB Connect was where the real action was, though. Tito's Vodka. I was living in Austin before it went nationwide and after moving back to the Midwest. It took a couple years for the mass release before it really took off. Seeing a therapist regularly. Was into the British Office before there was an American version. Got my nose pierced in 1974. I was into vinyl before it made a comeback. And since nobody in the 90s or early 2000s wanted their records anymore, I basically got 500 plus records for free or nearly free. Raves. Massives. Festivals now are what massives used to be called. But massives weren't as massive as festivals now. I was watching WWF wrestling around 1981-1982. Back when it was just a regional organization. Northeast US. I really liked Lin-Manuel Miranda after In the Heights, but long before Hamilton was a thing and exploded him to superstardom. I'd hate to say it, but Fortnite before it turned into Fortnite. But I was playing with a buddy, who decided to hate it for some reason and stopped before it turned into Battle Royale. I've been watching Phil DeFranco almost daily since early high school, I wanna say. I remember the old monkey picture. He's now a relatively famous YouTuber. D&D, I guess. It's more mainstream, but are we considering it cool yet? RuneScape too long ago. Okay, it was never cool, but hell, it was for me. Fall Out Boy, man, they are not good now. Hating Nickelback. I've been gluten-free, due to celiac, for almost 30 years. Botras Gali. I was reading the Song of Ice and Fire series, better known as Game of Thrones, before the show was made. Sadly, I'm pretty sure we'll never get the last 2 books. Lofi music, wearing glasses lol. Crocs. All of a sudden, Post Malone wears them and bam. Now they have jewelry, fancy colors and followers. Anime and manga, growing up Japanese. Beekeeping. Been doing it for 7 years. Now it is the latest rage. I was eating ranch Doritos before they were cool. Was using Netflix since 2001. Got my Peloton bike in 2016. I loved how weird Moto was in Madagascar 2 years before he became a meme. Was playing the first Legend of Zelda before goddamn Nintendo Magazine, and then Nintendo Power started publishing full maps. WTF. This gaming YouTuber back in late 2017. At the time, he only had around 5k subs, which is still quite a bit. Don't get me wrong, but I thought I struck gold when I found him. Great humor. I was singing Baby Shark with my friends back in 2010 at summer camp. It brought waves of nostalgia when it became a thing. I watched Avatar years before it was on Netflix. Animal Crossing. I got bullied for liking a baby's game in middle school 5 to 6 years ago. Now everyone is playing it with pastel perfect cutesy islands, including the shits who picked on me for it. JoJo. The fandom was less cringe before Part 5 got animated. I played Fortnite before it was cool. This wasn't me, but my friend got into Hamilton as soon as it was published. Like 3 years before it was huge. I joined Netflix in 2002. My cable input broke on my TV and we were racking up fees renting from Blockbuster. Read about Netflix in a magazine and joined right away. Well, it's still not cool, but I see a lot more reactors for it, so I was into anime and manga before it was cool. Texting in 1997 or 1998. Retro game collecting. I was into fidget spinners before the craze really hit. Avoiding people, unfortunately. The Who, but only like a week before you blew up. I grew up watching Golden Girls reruns at my grandmother's house. No one really cared about it then. Mid-2000s. Now there's all kinds of merch and hype around it. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.